Hey there, truth seekers. Lance Smith here, and welcome to a special edition of the Bible Difficulties and Answers podcast. Today is Good Friday. This is the day the sky went dark, the earth trembled, and the Son of God hung suspended between heaven and earth on a Roman cross. And listen, if you've ever really sat with that moment, you know this isn't something that just happened. It's something that happened for you. Now, let me ask you something right out of the gate. Have you ever read the crucifixion accounts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and thought, wait a second, why are there differences here? Who exactly was standing at the cross? What did that sign above Jesus' head actually say? What were his final words? What about the timing, the thieves, the soldiers dividing his garments? Skeptics look at those details and say, see, contradictions. But if you've been walking with me on this podcast for any length of time, you already know we've seen this pattern before. What looks like contradiction on the surface is actually convergence underneath. 4 eyewitness accounts, 4 perspectives, 1 event. Matthew zooms in on the religious leaders, their mocking, their scorn, their rejection. Mark gives it to you raw, unfiltered. You feel the weight of abandonment, even the silence of heaven. Luke slows the moment down and lets you hear mercy echo from the cross. Father, forgive them. And John brings you close enough to hear the tenderness, Jesus caring for his mother. And then that final declaration, it is finished. These aren't contradictions, friends. They're harmonies. It's like a choir, different voices, different ranges, but all singing the same song. And that song? Redemption. The cross was not an accident. It wasn't history spinning out of control. And it definitely wasn't plan B. This was the plan, set in motion before the foundation of the world, now unfolding in real time. Prophecy fulfilled, sin paid for, love demonstrated, not in words, but in blood. And I'll tell you, this hits me differently every year. As a husband, as a father, as a grandfather, Good Friday has a way of getting personal because I start thinking about my own life. The moments I got it wrong, the times I chose my way instead of God's, the words I wish I could take back, the failures nobody else notices or even sees. And then I look at the cross, and I'm reminded Jesus didn't just die for humanity in some broad general sense. He died for me, and he died for you. Isaiah said it long before it happened. He was pierced for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Good Friday isn't about sitting in guilt. It's about understanding the cost and being overwhelmed by the grace. The innocent took the place of the guilty. The king became the curse. The light of the world stepped into darkness. So we wouldn't have to stay there. So here's my invitation to you today. Carve out a few quiet minutes. Step away from the noise. Maybe open up to John 19 or Luke 23. And don't rush it. Read slowly. Let the scene unfold in your mind, not like a movie, but like reality. Hear the hammer. Feel the weight of the moment. Listen to the words spoken from the cross. And let this truth settle deep. Because Jesus died, your sin doesn't get the final word. Because he died, death itself has been disarmed. You know, we tackle a lot of difficult questions on this podcast, but the cross is the ultimate answer because it shows us something we could never figure out on our own. God is not distant. He is not detached. He stepped into the mess for us. Friends, thank you for walking this road with me. If this stirred something in your heart today, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and we'll keep digging into the tough texts so your faith can stand firm. But for now, stay here for a moment. Stay close to the cross, because Sunday's coming. And when that tomb opens, everything changes. This is Lance Smith reminding you the wages of sin were paid in full on Friday so that Sunday's victory could belong to us. God bless you on this solemn day, and I'll see you in the next episode.